so Toxoplasmosis. I think I got it. Macaulay Culkin got that because Joe Rogan talked to Macaulay Culkin when Macaulay Culkin was on Rogan's podcast about that, and he said it was like mono, but it's something to do with like the rats and the cat piss. It's like the rats are shitting, and then the cats are coming towards the rats, but they're actually getting it from some sort of like bacteria or parasite from the rats that spread to the cats. And then all these people on the island of Phi Phi go around, they're all petting these cats. And I tell all my friends, I'm like, stay away from the cats because you don't want to get this disease because this happened. And usually I end up telling people on the ferry on the way over there after a couple beers. And then they're like, okay, I won't touch a cat. And then you'll see them drunk 2 hours later playing with the cats. I'm like, I fucking told you, don't touch. So
there's a cat issue on Phi Phi. It's interesting.
But you need the it's like in the ancient, or like when boats were sailing from, around the world. You need the cats on the boats or these islands because it keeps away the rats.
I mean, actually, the reason why there's so many cats on Phi Phi is because initially, like, Phi Phi is a Muslim island, and they weren't back in the day, they weren't allowed dogs. Like, people weren't allowed to bring dogs onto the island, and so cats became a thing. And then, like I said, like, because a lot of the people that are living on Phi Phi aren't from there, when they're not there, like the cats are like breeding, and it just turned into like an overpopulation problem. And then, obviously, like these things like diseases and like and every now and again you see like cats walking around, they've got like half a tail and like one eye.
What's that from?
I think it's just like bad breeding, right? Okay. I mean, I know the funny tales from bad breeding. That's like, when they get it on with their cousins or something.
Well, yeah, you'll see the dogs. They get usually the dogs that are inbred. They get these weird. Their eyes go a bit funny. And they get these underbites.
Yeah,
that is an inbred dog.
That happens with the cats on Phi Phi. You'll see one there. She's like drooling.
You'll see some foreigners here too that look like Hans for sure. No, I'm joking.
And there's an organization in Lanta that comes and helps us with that.
So what are they? They're cleaning up the cats.
They're taking back some of them back to Lanta, treat them. They're nipping them, so that they control the overpopulation on the island.
So that's why they have a Chinese restaurant when you enter.
Oh God.
No, I don't think there is.
And during COVID, a lot of the people that have cats on the island, they couldn't take it home, or they didn't take it home. And because we we feel bad for them, we fed them during COVID. There were 64 cats in Princess in the hotel alone.
Do you name them all?
And then like how? And then like we turned around again, and all of a sudden there was all these cats. And then I spoke to the ladies in the market, and they were like, they went and put it there because you guys feed them. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
And so we had to get the organization to come down and help us with that as well.
And what about for the dog? You don't really notice any wild dogs running around Phi Phi.
Yeah, because it's
because of that.
Because of that, okay. It's a Muslim.
But so is I guess that's the one thing I notice in Phuket. You can tell when you're in a Muslim area and like a Buddhist area.
Yeah.
If there's dogs, it's most likely it's going to be non-Muslim as well.
Yeah.
So there's no dogs at all on the island.
There's people with dogs, like they're not strays. You don't get stray dogs on Phi Phi.
No.
So all the dogs have owners. They like brought them over. They like look after them. Yeah.
Or there's Russians left them there or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, like then they don't. Yeah.
We see them here all the time. Like in front of my place. Like there's always like a new dog once a year or every 6 months that just like I'm like a dog whisperer. So like I'm out with those dogs all the time, and there's always a new one, and like I feel bad for it. So I know the pack here, and like I slowly will introduce them. And then like otherwise they will try to kill it. Like there's a little like sketchy one out there now, and like I'm friends with the dogs next door, Robert. Shout out Robert. I have to like be like, no, this dog's cool. Like I like him. And then if I pet him in front of them, they like will accept him. It's so strange. But like if not, like they can't even come in certain areas. Like 7 of them will go out and attack them, and you feel bad because it's like, this new dog's been dropped off, and like, he just wants to chill. And the cool part about Surin Beach is this has nothing to do with people.
I love how we're talking about cats and dogs. It's great.
The best part about Surin Beach is actually don't do it. It's one of the best spots to drop your dogs off because all the food stands are out there, and they just feed them all the food they don't sell. So these dogs are fat little piggies around here. Like,
It's mad that they just drop them off like that, though.
well, they get to the dogs that live here have the best life as
Yeah,
long as they
fair.
get into it and they get accepted and they don't
Yeah.
get fucked up.
Yeah, socially, it's like a thing,
yeah.
right?
Okay, so we're almost gonna wrap it up. I think we're about to because we're getting close to an hour and a half. Hans, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so we'll go back to that last topic we discussed after I came back from the bathroom. Hans is probably gonna cut that takeout. I went to the bathroom, anyways.